From information, let's move to social media.
Right.
And we are living in a new age of social media where all kind of people are there who are taking advantage of that. Some are being very formal and taking good advantage. Some are, obviously, we know this is how the world is, that people, if given the undue advantage, they'll take the undue advantage. Uh, how do we, I mean, there is a talk that SEBI will come out with regulations with respect to what you can post, what you can't post, basically against the philosophy of democratic internet, right? That if you're posting something on Twitter with respect to a stock,
Yeah.
you're not allowed to do that. I
Right.
mean, right now there is no clear-cut regulation.
Yeah.
But you think such regulation will come, and what will happen if that comes? Good for the market?
Number one, I think it will definitely happen.
Okay.
Is that good for the market? See, ultimately, there has to be some accountability. Now, it comes from that standpoint. It's not to restrict people per se, but if you look at like one guy sitting out of a 1 BHK apartment, recording all day, can influence millions of people and maybe spread fake news to crash the price of a stock, perhaps do a pump and dump scheme. All sorts of things can happen, and they have been happening. Of course, you may have followed the recent news
Yeah,
on
yeah.
a bunch of things. So how does a regulator stop it, right? They're not saying you cannot record videos. All they're saying is they're trying to make people a bit more accountable, and I think that is required. I definitely think it's required.
Yeah, but in the spirit, yes. But how do you make people accountable for casual social media interactions? Then everyone will be very careful in what they want to post.
Maybe by imposing punitive action for something which can be proven, like if somebody has bad intentions or to begin with, dishonest intentions,
Yeah.
and maybe if that can be tracked and spotted, and then they face some punitive action, because right now the freedom of expression essentially makes them immune to almost anything that is said
Yeah. Yeah.
now. So I don't know how that will evolve. I certainly am not a social media influencer by any means, but I tend to sit back and observe. And when I do, I think that it's, I don't know what to say much about it, but I think at some point it is required to some extent.
Okay.
But here, I'll give you another example, right? What's been happening with also social media influencers in the trading sphere, right? Not just fake news. You have a lot of people posting fake screenshots. You have a lot of people claiming to have made a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then the way they prove it is by editing out screenshots
Yeah,
and showing
yeah.
you a dream come true scenario. Now, we got a lot of people asking us that, is there any way to avoid it? Can you come up with something
Yeah.
which can prevent people from faking it?
Yeah.
And so we did. We launched this thing where we give limited access to a user to publish his trading results, his profit and loss statement online, or to anybody he wishes to share it with.
Nice.
And that cannot be faked because it's essentially a link. It's a URL.
And it's a broker backed link.
Yeah, it's authenticated by us.
Yeah. That's in fact I wanted to ask you that question, that
Yeah.
verified PL is a great move. It really gives credibility to a lot of people.
But you know what? A lot of people, there was so much talk about this, but as soon as it went live, you suddenly see few people
using it.
Because they feel like if they boast now, then they will have to kind of answer when they make losses and such things. Yeah.
Which is to a certain extent good also. At least people who are not doing it the right way, some of them have stopped doing it. But you know, I've been doing research on this piece for some time, and I connected with a lot of people who are verifying through various other means also. And I think this problem
Like
is not.
how? What other means?
I mean, it's not an easy problem to solve, let me tell you. I mean, you cannot have a plain, simple tech solution for that, because, I mean, you have to post every day then. So there are people who are posting only on the days when they have profit.
No, so I'll tell you what we've done, right? So you can post daily. You can also post on a customized time frame. You can post since inception. You can, we're adding more features, by the way.
Yeah.
But essentially, you can, it's not limited to one day.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a limited access to your back office.
Yeah, so I think this is one thing which SEBI should push all the brokers to do this. But I mean, obviously you have done the first, so you are
No, I
actually
mean,
the leading broker who
it
is
might
doing this.
actually add value, yeah.
Yeah, but it is such an important thing if as a client I want to share, because there is no regulation behind this yet that whether I am allowed to share or not. Have you checked?
Well, it's your PL. You can share it with anybody you want. So yeah, I don't think there's any issue with that.
And you can do public sharing, you can do private sharing, whatever you want to do. I mean, it's okay. It's ultimately.
I mean, ultimately, you're sharing your data.
Yeah.
It's not like you're sharing somebody else's data without their permission.
Yeah.
So.
But kudos to you for that move. I think you're the first broker who have launched this. So I hope more and more brokers take lead from your initiative and they also launch this, because this is such an important thing for the better growth of the industry rather than just superfluous.
But how else do you actually get people? Like how do you trust an influencer?
Yeah.
Without knowing that he himself can make money first.
See, I have a very different thought process to that. Why do you want to know that whether he or she is making money or not? For example, you join a tuition, a science teacher, okay,
who has earned a degree.
Yeah, who has earned a degree, okay.
Right. Yeah.
But he's not practicing, he's not a scientist, right?
Right.
The guy has learned it.
Right. Yeah.
And he's sharing his knowledge by providing you tuition so that you can also pass the exam.
Yeah.
Now, will I question that teacher that you are not a scientist? Who are you to teach me? Arey bhai, I have learned it. I may not have become a scientist because of my compulsions. Knowing trading and actually doing trading and making money is two different things.
Yeah. No, just to clarify, Vivek, like this is only for those people who make fake claims.
Yeah.
This is not, I'm not vouching that everybody should do this.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously, people who are making fake claims, they are basically fake people, right? So it's not just financial market where fake people are there. It's there everywhere. So you're talking about legitimating a lot of things.
Yeah, we just do our little bit and hope for the best.
Yeah, we just keep on doing that. Great, but I think what you are doing is definitely next level in terms of bringing new innovation, tech, and whatever I know about you, you're a person who is very approachable. You take feedback from people. You work on those feedback very fast.
I think that's what I'm most passionate about. We do it for the love of it more than anything else.
Right.
And yeah, so kind of fortunate to be. I actually keep thanking NSE all the time. Thank God you guys gave me the license, because when we went to get the license, when we applied, we were only like 25, 26 years of age. And yeah, so I mean, I'm really happy to be in this position.
Investments in the securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.